I shouldn't be here. The hotel lobby is too quiet for 2 a.m., all marble floors and crystal chandeliers that cost more than my yearly rent. I'm perched on a velvet sofa near the entrance, camera bag clutched in my lap, waiting for a client who's now 3 hours late. The wedding reception ended at 11. The venue manager kicked me out at midnight. And now I'm stuck in the lobby of the Alexandrov Grand Hotel because my car won't start and every rideshare app is showing a 40-minute wait. I should have just walked home. That's when I notice them. 4 men in black suits, the kind that scream private security or federal agents. They're not looking at their phones or chatting. They're standing at attention near the elevator bank, all of them facing the same direction, watching something, or someone. I follow their line of sight and freeze. There's a man at the far end of the lobby, half hidden in the shadows near the concierge desk. He's on the phone speaking in what sounds like Russian, sharp, clipped syllables that carry across the empty space. Even from here I can see the expensive cut of his suit, the way he holds himself like he owns every inch of this building. He's looking directly at me. Our eyes meet for exactly 3 seconds before he says something into the phone and hangs up. I tell myself I'm imagining things, that I'm exhausted and paranoid, and he's probably just another hotel guest. Then one of the suited men starts walking toward me. My heart kicks into overdrive. "Miss," he says when he reaches me. His accent is thick, Eastern European. "You will come with me." "I'm sorry, what?" "The boss wants to speak with you. Upstairs." "The boss?" I grip my camera bag tighter. "I don't know who you're talking about. I'm just waiting for a ride." "Not a request." His hand moves to his jacket and I catch the edge of a shoulder holster underneath. "You come quietly, or I make you come. Your choice." Ice floods my veins. I glance toward the hotel reception desk, but there's no one there. The night manager disappeared 10 minutes ago. The lobby is empty except for me, these men, and the stranger in the shadows who's still watching me like I'm a problem he needs to solve. "I didn't do anything wrong," I say, hating how my voice shakes. "Then you have nothing to worry about." He gestures toward the elevators. "Now." I think about running. I think about screaming. I think about all the true crime podcasts I've listened to, where women ignored their instincts and ended up as statistics. But then the man from the shadows steps into the light, and my breath catches. He's younger than I expected. Mid-30s maybe, with sharp cheekbones and cold blue eyes that could cut glass. His dark hair is pushed back, his jaw is covered in deliberate stubble, and there's something predatory in the way he moves, like a wolf in a $3,000 suit. He says something in Russian. The security guard nods and looks at me. The boss says bring her upstairs quietly. Do not make a scene. "Why?" I demand, finding my voice. "Why does he want to see me?" The man, the boss, tilts his head slightly, studying me. Then he speaks, and his English is perfect, barely touched by an accent. "Because you have been sitting in my hotel lobby for 3 hours with a camera, and I do not allow surveillance without my permission." "Surveillance?" I stand up, anger overriding fear. "I'm a wedding photographer. I was working an event in the Crystal Ballroom. My car broke down. I'm not spying on anyone." "Then prove it." He turns toward the elevator. "Upstairs. Now." The guard moves closer, and I realize I'm out of options. So I do the only thing I can. I follow the most dangerous man I've ever seen into an elevator, praying I'll make it out alive. The elevator is mirrored on all sides. I can see myself. Rumpled black dress, smudged eyeliner, camera bag clutched like a shield, and I can see him, the boss. He's standing in the corner, hands in his pockets, watching me with the kind of focus that makes my skin prickle. The guard is behind me, blocking the doors. We go up, and up, and up, past the residential floors, past the penthouse suites, all the way to the top floor, where the elevator opens directly into a private apartment. Not an apartment, a kingdom. Floor-to-ceiling windows overlook the entire city. The furniture is sleek and modern, leather, chrome, glass. There's art on the walls that I recognize from auction catalogs. A bar stocked with bottles that probably cost more than my student loans. And there are more guards, At least 6 of them stationed around the room like sentries. "Sit," the boss says, gesturing to a chair near the windows. I don't move. "I'd rather stand." "Sit." This time it's not a suggestion. I sit. He circles around me slowly, and I force myself not to turn and follow his movement. My heart is hammering so hard I'm sure he can hear it. "Your name," he says. "Aria Kane." Aria Kane. He repeats it like he's testing how it sounds. "And you are a photographer, yes?" "Yes." "For who?" "Myself. I'm freelance." "Show me." I hesitate, then pull out my camera. It's a Canon 5D, my most expensive piece of equipment and my livelihood. I unlock the screen and hand it to him. He scrolls through the photos, shots from tonight's wedding, candid moments of the bride and groom, family portraits, dancing guests. His expression doesn't change. "These are good," he says finally. "Thank you?" He sets the camera on the table beside him. "But they do not explain why you were sitting in my lobby for 3 hours. I told you, my car—" "I know about your car. 2015 Honda Civic, broken alternator, parked in the East Garage. I also know you called 3 different rideshare services and canceled all of them." My blood runs cold. "How do you—" "This is my hotel. I know everything that happens here." He moves to stand in front of me, and I have to tilt my head back to meet his eyes. What I do not know is why a photographer would stay in the lobby instead of calling a friend, instead of walking home, instead of going to the reception desk and asking for help. Because I have no friends in this city, because I moved here 6 months ago and I'm still too broke and too proud to ask for help, because the reception desk guy gave me creepy vibes and I felt safer in the open lobby. But I don't say any of that. I was being cautious, I say instead. Cautious. A ghost of a smile touches his mouth. "You chose the worst possible place to be cautious, Aria Kane." "Why?" "Because this hotel is not what it appears to be." He leans against the table, arms crossed. "During the day it is luxury accommodation for wealthy tourists. At night it is something else entirely." "What do you mean?" He studies me for a long moment, like he's deciding how much to tell me. "I mean that the Alexandrov Grand is the hub of my operations. Meetings happen here, business is conducted here, and when someone sits in my lobby with a camera for 3 hours, I assume they are working for people who want to destroy me." Understanding crashes over me. "You think I'm a spy." "I think you are either very unlucky or very clever." His blue eyes pin me in place. "Which is it?" "Unlucky. Definitely unlucky." I swallow hard. "Look, I don't know who you are or what kind of operations you're running, but I promise you I'm just a photographer trying to pay rent. I wasn't taking pictures of anything except a wedding. You can check my camera. There's nothing but event photos." "I already did." "Then you know I'm telling the truth." "I know your camera contains wedding photos," he corrects. "That does not mean you are not carrying other surveillance equipment." "Other—" I stare at him. "You think I'm wired?" He says something in Russian, and before I can react, 2 guards step forward. "Wait, what are you doing?" "Checking," the boss says calmly. "You will stand. They will search you. If you resist, they will restrain you. If you cooperate, this will be quick and professional." Panic claws up my throat. "You can't just—" "I can." He nods to the guards. "Begin." They're efficient and impersonal about it. They check my camera bag first. Lens cases, battery packs, memory cards, business cards, nothing suspicious. Then they move to me. Pat down of my jacket, my dress pockets. They even check the lining of my camera bag for hidden compartments. The whole time, he watches. When they're done, one of them says something in Russian and steps back. The boss's expression shifts, not quite relief, but something close to it. "No surveillance equipment," he says. "No weapons. No identification except your driver's license and business cards." He picks up one of the cards from my bag. "Aria Kane Photography. Weddings, events, portraits." Very innocent. Because I am innocent. "Perhaps." He pockets the card. "Or perhaps you are very good at hiding what you really are." I'm not hiding anything. Frustration boils over. You dragged me up here, searched me like a criminal, and for what? Because I was waiting for a ride? That's insane. Insane is what keeps me alive in my world. He moves closer and I catch the scent of expensive cologne and something darker underneath. Gunpowder, maybe. You want to know who I am, Arya Kane? I'm not sure I do. My name is Maxim Fedorov. I run the Bratva operations in this city. Protection, import, enforcement. This hotel is my headquarters. These men are my soldiers. And you just spent 3 hours sitting in my lobby during a very important meeting with very dangerous people. My mouth goes dry. Bratva. That's Russian Mafia. Yes. And you think I was… what? Taking pictures for the FBI? That is one possibility. What's the other? His smile is cold. That you are exactly what you appear to be. A photographer in the wrong place at the wrong time, which means you saw things you should not have seen. I didn't see anything. I was looking at my phone. You saw the 3 men in the gray suits who arrived at 12:47 a.m. You saw them meet with my associate near the bar. You saw them leave through the side exit at 1:15 a.m. He recites this like he's reading from a script. Security footage confirmed it. I don't remember any of that. But you could. If the police asked, if they showed you photos, if they convinced you to testify. He straightens, and suddenly the temperature in the room drops 10 degrees. That is a problem for me. Terror floods through me. Are you going to kill me? The question hangs in the air. One of the guards shifts uncomfortably. Another whispers something in Russian. Maxim doesn't answer immediately. He just keeps looking at me with those ice-chip eyes, and I realize with horrible clarity that he's actually considering it. Please, I whisper. I won't say anything. I don't even know what I saw. I'll delete everything on my camera. I'll sign a non-disclosure agreement. You will stay here tonight, he interrupts. I blink. What? You will stay in one of the guest suites. Tomorrow morning, when my people have confirmed your identity and your story, you will leave. If you are who you claim to be, you will never speak of this night. If you are not, he trails off meaningfully. And if I refuse? Then you leave now, and I cannot guarantee what happens to you outside this building. There are many people who would pay well for information about my movements tonight. His expression is unreadable. At least here, you are safe. Safe. The word sounds like a joke, but looking at the armed guards, the locked elevator, the way Maxim Fedorov is watching me like I'm a chess piece he hasn't decided how to play yet, I realize I don't have a choice. Fine, I say. I'll stay. He nods once. Igor will show you to your room. One of the guards, a mountain of a man with a shaved head, steps forward. I grab my camera bag and follow him, feeling Maxim's eyes on my back the entire way. The guest suite is bigger than my entire apartment. King-size bed, marble bathroom, a sitting area with a view of the city. There's even a mini bar and a closet full of designer clothes in various sizes, tags still attached. For guests, Igor explains in broken English. You need something, you call front desk, but you do not leave room without permission. So I'm a prisoner, he shrugs. Your guest who must stay in room. That's literally a prisoner. He almost smiles. Boss says you are safe here. He does not lie about safety. Then he leaves, and I hear the click of a lock engaging from the outside. I'm alone. For a long moment I just stand there, trying to process what just happened. 2 hours ago I was worried about my car breaking down. Now I'm locked in a hotel suite by the Russian Mafia. I should be panicking. I should be calling the police, or texting my emergency contacts, or… my phone. I grab it from my pocket, but there's no signal, no Wi-Fi. They must be jamming it somehow. Of course they are. I sink onto the bed, still clutching my camera bag, and try to think. Maxim Fedorov, Russian Bratva, high-stakes meeting, surveillance paranoia, and me, the unluckiest wedding photographer in history. I'm reviewing my options. Escape through the window? Terrible idea. Seduce the guard? Even worse idea. Wait it out? Depressing idea. When there's a knock at the door. Yes? I call out. The door opens. It's him, Maxime. He's taken off his suit jacket, and his white shirt is rolled up to his elbows, revealing forearms that are corded with muscle and covered in tattoos. Cyrillic script, Orthodox crosses, a cathedral dome on his left wrist. "You are comfortable?" he asks. "I'm locked in a room against my will, so no." He steps inside, closing the door behind him. "You are angry." "I'm terrified." "Good. Terrified people do not do stupid things." "Is that supposed to be comforting?" He moves to the window, looking out at the city. "I had my people check your background. Aria Marie Kane, 28 years old, graduated from Brooks Institute 3 years ago with degree in photography, moved to this city 6 months ago from California, no criminal record, no connections to law enforcement or rival organizations. You are, as you said, freelance photographer struggling to pay rent." Hearing my life summarized like that is somehow more invasive than the physical search. "So you believe me now?" I ask. "I believe you are not FBI." He turns to face me. "But that does not mean you are not a problem." "How am I a problem?" "Because you are witness. You were in lobby during sensitive meeting. And in my world, witnesses are either useful or dangerous." His eyes narrow. "I have not decided which you are yet. I choose useful. You do not get to choose." The words land like a slap. I stand up, anger overriding common sense. "Look, I get that you're some big scary mafia boss and this is your territory or whatever. But I'm not some pawn in your game. I'm a person. I have a life, a business, an apartment full of plants that are probably dying right now because I'm stuck here. You have nobody waiting for you," he interrupts. "No emergency contacts in your phone except a landlord and a pizza delivery service. No calls or texts tonight except from client who canceled. You are alone in this city." The accuracy of that statement steals my breath. "How do you—" "I told you. I know everything." He takes a step closer. "That is why you stayed in lobby instead of asking for help. You have no one to call, no friends, no family nearby. You are invisible." "I'm not invisible." "No?" His voice drops. "Then tell me, Aria Kane, if you disappeared tonight, how long before someone noticed?" The question hits like a punch to the gut because I know the answer. Days, maybe a week. My clients would notice first. Missed deadlines, undelivered photos. My landlord would notice when rent was late. Eventually, someone would file a missing persons report. But people who loved me? People who would fight to find me? I don't have those anymore. Not since I left California. Not since I decided to start over alone. Maxime sees the answer on my face. "That is what I thought." He says quietly, "You are ghost in this city. Easy to erase." "Are you threatening me?" "I am stating facts." He moves closer still, and I can feel the heat radiating off him. "But I am also offering you choice." "What choice?" "Tomorrow morning you leave. You go back to your apartment, your business, your life. You forget this night ever happened, and you hope that my enemies never realize you were here during that meeting. Or you stay." I stare at him. "Stay? Here? Why would I?" "Because you need money. Your business is failing. You have 3 overdue invoices and rent due in 5 days that you cannot pay. I checked." He pulls out his phone, shows me a screenshot of my bank account. I feel violated and furious and terrifyingly exposed. "How did you access my—" "I have resources, and I have proposition." He pockets the phone. "I need photographer for private events, meetings, parties, family gatherings. Nothing illegal, just documentation. You would be paid well. Very well. Enough to save your business and then some. You want to hire me?" "I want to buy your silence with employment. There is difference." I should say no. I should run as far and as fast as I can. But he's right about everything. My business is dying. I'm broke. I'm alone. And the rent is due in 5 days. "What kind of events?" I ask carefully. "Weddings, mostly. Bratva families still value tradition. They want photographs, videos, memories. But they do not trust outside photographers. Too much risk." He watches me. "You, however, are already compromised. Already in my world. already someone I can control. Control. Protect, he amends. Same thing in my business. And if I say no? Then you leave tomorrow and hope for the best. His expression is unreadable. But I think you already know what best-case scenario looks like for you right now. He's right. God help me, he's right. How much? I hear myself ask. 5,000 per event, more for multi-day occasions. My heart stops. $5,000. That's more than I make in a month. What's the catch? You work exclusively for me. You do not speak about what you see or who you photograph. You are available when I call, and you never ever betray my trust. He leans in, and his voice goes deadly soft. Because if you do, Arya Kane, you will learn why people fear the name Fedorov. I should be running. Instead, I hear myself say, when do I start? His smile is slow and dangerous. Right now. The first event is a baptism. I'm given a black dress, a company phone, and a list of rules. No photos of faces without permission, no images of security, no wandering off alone, no questions. Maxim's driver, a man named Boris who looks like he eats nails for breakfast, picks me up at dawn. We drive to an Orthodox church on the outskirts of the city, the kind with golden domes and incense-thick air. There are at least 100 people there, women in elegant dresses, men in sharp suits, children running between the pews. It looks like any other family gathering, except half the men are armed. I see shoulder holsters, ankle holsters, bulges under jackets. Nobody tries to hide it. You will photograph ceremony, Boris tells me. Then family portraits, then reception at boss's estate. Estate? He just grunts and walks away. I spend the next 3 hours doing my job, capturing the priest blessing the baby, the proud parents, the godparents making their vows. It's beautiful, actually, traditional, sacred. And then I see Maxim. He's standing near the altar, holding the baby with a gentleness that doesn't match the dangerous man I met last night. He's wearing a charcoal suit, his hair is styled, and when he smiles down at the child, it transforms his entire face. He looks almost human. I take the photo before I can stop myself, him cradling the baby, golden light from the candles illuminating his profile. It's a perfect shot. When the ceremony ends, he catches my eye across the church. I don't know if he saw me photograph him, but the look he gives me is unreadable. The reception is at his estate. And by estate, I mean a literal mansion, gated property, sprawling gardens, a house that looks like it belongs in a Russian palace architecture book. I spend hours photographing the toasts, the dancing, the endless parade of food. Everyone treats me like I'm invisible, which is fine by me, until Maxim appears at my elbow. "You are doing well," he says. I jump about a foot. "Jesus, you need a bell." "I need stealth, different thing." He gestures to my camera. "Show me what you have." I scroll through the photos. He stops me on the one from the church, him holding the baby. "Delete this," he says. "What? Why? It's a beautiful shot." I do not allow photos of myself. "But you're the godfather. The parents will want, delete it." There's no room for argument in his tone. I delete it, and I feel weirdly sad about it. It was a good photo. "You are upset," he observes. "I'm a photographer. Deleting good work upsets me." He studies me for a moment. "You see things others do not." "That's literally my job." "No, you see, beneath, past the surface." He gestures to the party around us. "Everyone here sees dangerous men. You see Godfather holding baby. You see family." Is that wrong? It is dangerous. But he doesn't sound angry, just thoughtful. "Come, I will show you something." He leads me through the house, past rooms full of guests, down a hallway lined with portraits. We stop in front of a painting, a woman with kind eyes and dark hair, holding a little boy. "My mother," Maxim says, "and me, before." Before what? Before my father was killed, before I inherited this life, before I became what you see now. He's quiet for a moment. "She wanted me to be doctor. Can you imagine?" I can't. But I don't say that. What happened to her? I ask instead. Cancer, 5 years ago. He touches the frame gently. She never stopped believing I could be saved, even when I told her I was too far gone. Do you believe that? That you're too far gone? He looks at me, and for just a second, I see something raw in his eyes. Yes. I don't. You do not know me. I know you hold babies gently. I know you keep a portrait of your mother in a place where you see it every day. I know you gave me a choice last night when you could have just made me disappear. I hold his gaze. That's not too far gone. For a long moment we just stand there. Then someone calls his name in Russian, and the moment breaks. Work, he says. Always work. He walks away, and I'm left staring at the portrait, wondering who Maxim Fedorov really is underneath the gun and the reputation. 3 weeks pass. 3 weeks of events and photographs and slowly learning the rhythm of Maxim's world. I photograph weddings, birthdays, business dinners. I learn to recognize the hierarchy, who's important, who's dangerous, who's both. I learn some Russian phrases. I learn which guards are friendly, Igor, Alexei, and which ones I should avoid, Victor, who looks at me like I'm an unexploded bomb. And I see Maxim, constantly. He's always at these events, always watching from the edges, always in control. And somehow, without meaning to, I start watching him back. I notice things, the way he drinks vodka but never gets drunk, the way he's fluent in 4 languages and switches between them mid-conversation, the way children flock to him at family events, and he's patient with every single one, the way he looks at me when he thinks I'm not paying attention. That last one is the most dangerous. You are staring again, Igor says one night. We're at an anniversary party, and I'm supposed to be photographing the couple cutting cake. I'm not staring. You stare at boss like he is puzzle to solve. He is a puzzle. Igor laughs. Good luck with that puzzle. Many have tried, all have failed. I'm not trying anything. I work for him, that's it. If you say so. But he doesn't sound convinced. That night, Maxim's driver takes me home. Except we don't go to my apartment. We go to his penthouse. Why are we here? I ask Boris. Boss wants to speak with you. My stomach drops. About what? He just shrugs. I take the elevator up and Maxim is waiting in the living room. He's shed his suit jacket, tie loosened, sleeves rolled up. He looks tired. Sit, he says. I sit. He pours 2 glasses of wine, hands me one. You have been working for me for 3 weeks. Yes. In that time, you have photographed 7 events. You have been professional, discreet, and talented. He pauses. You have also been asking questions. My heart starts pounding. What questions? Igor says you asked about my mother. Alexei says you asked about the tattoos. Boris says you asked where I learned English. His eyes pin me. Why? Because I'm curious? Curiosity is dangerous in my world. Everything is dangerous in your world, I shoot back. That doesn't mean I'm going to walk around blind. You should. Why? Because you're the big bad bratva boss and I'm supposed to be scared of you? Yes. Well, I'm not. The wine is making me brave, or stupid. I was at first, but 3 weeks of watching you play with children and toast a family and hold doors open for elderly women, I'm not scared anymore. He sets down his glass very carefully. Then you are a fool. Maybe, but I don't think you're going to hurt me. Why not? Because if you wanted to, you would have done it the first night. I stand up, moving closer. You had every reason to make me disappear. But you didn't. You gave me a job. You pay me more than I deserve. You make sure Boris drives me home safe every night. That's not a monster. That's a man who's trying very hard to be something other than what the world expects. His jaw tightens. You do not know what I have done. No, but I know what you're doing now. And that matters. The air between us is electric. He stands, and suddenly we're inches apart. I can smell his cologne, see the flecks of silver in his blue eyes, feel the heat radiating off him. You should go, he says, But his voice is rough. Why? Because if you stay, I will do something we will both regret. Like what? He cups my face, thumb brushing my cheekbone. Like this. And then he kisses me. It's not gentle. It's desperate and hungry and filled with 3 weeks of tension. His hand tangles in my hair, mine grip his shirt, and for a moment there's nothing but heat and need and the feeling of finally giving in to something inevitable. When we break apart, we're both breathing hard. This is a mistake, he says against my mouth. Probably. You work for me. I know. I am not a good man. I don't care. He kisses me again, and this time I don't think about the consequences. We don't talk about it. The next day, I show up to photograph a business dinner like nothing happened. Maxim is there, cold and professional, treating me like any other employee. It stings more than it should, but I do my job. I take the photos, I stay out of the way, I keep my mouth shut, and then everything goes wrong. I'm packing up my equipment when I hear shouting, Russian, fast and angry. I look up and see Maxim surrounded by 3 men I don't recognize. They're arguing, hands gesturing, voices escalating. One of them reaches for a gun. Time slows down. Igor shouts something. Maxim moves. And then there's a gunshot. Not from the stranger, from Maxim. The man drops. Chaos erupts. More gunfire, people screaming, guards swarming. I drop behind a table, camera clutched to my chest, trying to make myself as small as possible. Someone grabs me, I scream, but it's Alexei. Come, he says, now. He pulls me up and drags me through a side door, down a service hallway, into a car that's already running. Boris is driving. Victor is in the passenger seat, gun drawn. What's happening? I gasp. Rival family, Alexei says grimly. Ambush. They were waiting. Is Maxim? Boss is fine, but they will come for people close to him. Leverage. My blood turns to ice. Me. You. He looks grim. You are seen with him too much. Now you are target. We drive to a safe house, an apartment in a neighborhood I don't recognize. They lock me inside with 2 guards and tell me to wait. I wait for 6 hours. When the door finally opens, it's Maxim. He's got blood on his shirt, a cut above his eyebrow, and murder in his eyes. Are you hurt? He demands, crossing to me in 3 strides. No, I'm fine, but... He pulls me into his arms and I feel him shaking. They knew, he says into my hair. They knew you were important to me and they tried to take you. But they didn't. This time. He pulls back, and his face is hard. It will happen again. As long as you are connected to me, you are in danger. Then we disconnect. It is too late for that. He cups my face. They have seen you with me. They know your face. You are marked now. Fear coils in my stomach. So what do? You stay close. You let me protect you. And you trust that I will kill anyone who tries to hurt you. His voice is hard with promise. Anyone. I should be terrified. I should run as far from this world as possible. Instead, I kiss him. It's fierce and desperate and filled with all the fear and adrenaline and emotion I can't put into words. He kisses me back just as hard, and for a moment the danger doesn't matter. I will keep you safe, he whispers against my lips. On my life, Arya, I will keep you safe. And God help me, I believe him. 2 months later, I'm standing in Maxim's penthouse wearing a red dress I didn't buy, photographing a New Year's Eve party I shouldn't be at. But I am. Because somewhere along the line I stopped being just the photographer. I became his. He hasn't said it out loud, but I see it in the way he keeps me close at events, the way his guards call me Miss Arya with respect, the way he touches my lower back when we're in public, a possessive claim that everyone recognizes. I'm Maxim Fedorov's woman. It should terrify me. Instead, it feels like the first real thing I've had in years. You are thinking too much, his voice says behind me. I turn, and he's there. Tuxedo, champagne glass, looking like a dangerous prince. I was thinking this is insane, I admit. It is. I was a wedding photographer, now I'm dating a Russian mafia boss. You are not dating me. He sets down his glass and pulls me close. Dating implies casual. This is not casual. What is it then? He leans down, lips brushing my ear. You are mine, Arya Kane, and I do not share. A shiver runs through me. Possessive much? Obsessively. Good. I kiss him, and it feels like coming home. Because I don't share either. The countdown starts around us. 10, 9, 8. I have something for you, he says, pulling out a small box. My heart stops. Maxim. Open it. I do. Inside is a key. What? To this penthouse. You will move in. That's not a question. No, it is a statement. His eyes are intense. I have spent 50 years alone, and then you appeared in my hotel lobby with your camera and your stubbornness and your ability to see past what I am. I will not let you go. So you will live here, where I can protect you, where I can keep you safe, where I can wake up to you every morning and know that you are mine. Tears prick my eyes. You're terrible at romance. I am terrible at many things, but keeping you alive? That I am very good at. The countdown hits 0. Fireworks explode outside the windows, and Maxim Fedorov kisses me like I'm his salvation. Maybe I am. 3 days later, I'm photographing a meeting when I overhear something I shouldn't. A conversation in Russian, a name I recognize, my father's name. I freeze behind my camera, and Maxim notices immediately. He ends the meeting early, pulls me aside. What is wrong? That man, the one in the gray suit, he mentioned someone named Kane. That's my last name. Maxim's expression goes very still. Your father's full name. Tell me. Michael Kane. He died when I was 12. Car accident. No. Maxim's voice is quiet. He did not. My world tilts. What? Your father is alive, Arya. And he is the man who has been trying to kill me. The words hang in the air like a death sentence. That's impossible, I whisper. My father died. I went to his funeral. I watched them lower his casket into the ground. Maxim's jaw tightens. You watched them lower an empty box. Your father, Michael Kane, is very much alive, and he is the head of the Irish syndicate that has been at war with my organization for the past 15 years. My knees give out. Maxim catches me, guiding me to a chair in his private office. My camera bag slips from my shoulder, forgotten. No, this is a mistake. My father was a teacher. He taught history at a community college. He died in a car accident on the interstate. He faked his death to protect you and your mother. Maxim crouches in front of me, his hands on my knees. After he took over the Kane family operations, there were threats. Serious ones. So he staged his death, relocated you both, and has been operating from the shadows ever since. My mother never said anything. Because she did not know. He made sure of it. His blue eyes are dark with something I can't read. Michael Kane is a very dangerous man, Arya. Ruthless, strategic. And until 3 days ago, I had no idea his daughter was living in my city, working for me, sleeping in my bed. The implication hits me like a freight train. You think I'm a spy. My voice is hollow. You think he sent me. No. His answer is immediate. If I thought that, you would already be dead. The casual way he says it should scare me. Instead, I feel numb. Then what do you think? He stands, pacing to the window. I think this is the most elaborate coincidence in history. Or... He turns to look at me. I think your father has been watching you. Waiting. And now that he knows you are connected to me, he will use you. Use me how? To get to me, to destroy me. His voice is cold. You are the perfect weapon, Arya. You have access to my home, my schedule, my organization. You know my routines, my people, my vulnerabilities. If he can turn you against me or threaten you to force my hand, he wins a war he has been fighting for 15 years. I stand on shaking legs. I would never. I know. He crosses to me, cupping my face with surprising gentleness. I know you, Arya Kane. You are not your father, but he does not care about that. He will use you anyway. What do we do? We? A ghost of a smile touches his lips. You still say, we. Did you think I'd run? Yes? Well, I'm not. Anger burns through the shock. My father let me believe he was dead for 16 years. 16 years, Maxime. I grieved him. I spoke at his funeral. I visited his grave every year on his birthday. My voice cracks. And now you're telling me it was all a lie? Yes? Then screw him. The words come out fierce. I don't care who he is or what he wants. He abandoned me. You didn't. You've kept me safe, given me a life, made me feel like I matter. I grab his shirt, pulling him closer. So yes, we, because I'm not going anywhere. Something blazes in his eyes. Possession, pride, desire. He kisses me hard and I taste desperation underneath the dominance. When we break apart, his forehead rests against mine. This will be dangerous, he murmurs. Everything with you is dangerous. He will try to contact you. Let him try. Arya, I mean it. I pull back to meet his eyes. I want to see him. I want to hear him explain why he did this. And then I want him to know that I choose you over him. Maxime studies me for a long moment. You are either very brave or very foolish. With you? Probably both. It happens 3 days later. I'm in the penthouse, editing photos from last night's event, when an unknown number calls my personal phone. Not the work phone Maxim gave me, my original phone that I barely use anymore. I almost don't answer, but something makes me pick up. Hello? Arya? The voice is older, rougher than I remember but unmistakable. It's your father. The room spins. That's impossible, I say, even though I know it isn't. My father is dead. I know what you were told. I know what you believe, but I need you to listen to me very carefully, sweetheart. You are in terrible danger. The endearment, sweetheart, the same thing he called me when I was a little girl, nearly breaks me. Danger from who? I keep my voice steady. From you? A long pause. So he's told you about me. Maxim told me that my father faked his death, abandoned his family, and has been running an Irish crime syndicate while I thought he was rotting in a grave. So yeah, he told me about you. Arya, don't. My voice cracks. Don't you dare try to explain this over the phone. If you want to talk to me, you do it in person. You look me in the eye and tell me why you let me think you were dead for 16 years. Another pause. Are you sure about that? Because Fedorov won't allow it. Maxim doesn't control me. My father laughs and it's bitter. Doesn't he? You're living in his penthouse, working for his organization, sleeping in his bed. That sounds like control to me. Rage floods through me. You don't get to judge my choices. You gave up that right when you crawled into a fake coffin and left me alone. I did it to protect you. Well, I don't need your protection anymore. I have Maxim for that. Maxim Fedorov is a monster, Arya. He's killed dozens of people. He runs drugs, weapons, prostitution rings. He's everything I raised you to stand against. You didn't raise me at all. You disappeared when I was 12. My hands are shaking. And maybe Maxim is all those things, but he's never lied to me. He's never pretended to be something he's not. He's honest about what he is, which is more than I can say for you. Silence on the other end. Then, meet me tomorrow, noon, the old pier where I used to take you fishing. Come alone. I'm not stupid enough to meet you alone. Then bring Fedorov. Let's see if he's man enough to face me without his army. My father's voice drops. But if you want answers, Arya, if you want to know the truth about why I did what I did, you'll be there. He hangs up. I sit there staring at the phone, my entire body trembling. That's how Maxim finds me 10 minutes later. What happened? He's at my side immediately, scanning me for injuries. Are you hurt? My father called. I look up at him. He wants to meet. Tomorrow at noon. The old pier. Maxim's expression goes ice cold. It is a trap. Probably. You are not going. Yes, I stand, facing him. I need answers, Maxime. I need to hear him explain this. My voice breaks. I need to look at the man who let me cry at his funeral and ask him why his hands cut my face. He will try to turn you against me. He can't. He is your father. And I stop the words catching in my throat. I am what? His eyes search mine. You're the man I love. But I can't say it. Not yet. Not when everything is falling apart around us. You're the one I choose, I say instead. That has to be enough. For a moment, vulnerability flashes across his face, raw and real and gone so fast I almost miss it. We go together, he says finally. With my men, with backup, and at the first sign of danger, you leave. Agreed? I nod. Agreed. He pulls me into his arms, and I breathe in the scent of him, cologne and gunpowder and safety. Whatever he tells you tomorrow, Maxime murmurs into my hair. Remember that I have never lied to you, even when the truth was ugly, even when it made you look at me like I was a monster. I have always been honest. I know. And remember that you are mine, not his, not anyone else's. Mine. The possessiveness should bother me. Instead, it feels like an anchor in a storm. Yours, I whisper. The old pier looks exactly like I remember. Weathered wood, rusted railings, the smell of salt water and rotting fish. My father used to bring me here every Sunday morning before he died. We'd sit at the edge with fishing poles and thermoses of hot chocolate, and he'd tell me stories about his own father. All lies, apparently. Maxime's hand is firm on my lower back as we walk down the pier. Igor and Alexei flank us, hands inside their jackets. 2 more guards are positioned at the pier entrance. Another 3 are scattered around the parking lot. Overkill much? I mutter. There is no such thing as overkill when it comes to your safety, Maxime replies. At the end of the pier, a man is waiting. My heart stops. He's older, gray hair, lines around his eyes, broader through the shoulders than I remember. But it's him, my father, Michael Caine, standing right there. Alive. Aria. His voice is thick with emotion. God, look at you. You look just like your mother. I can't move, can't speak, can't breathe. Maxime's hand tightens on my back, grounding me. You have 5 minutes, Maxime says coldly. Speak. My father's eyes, green like mine, shift to Maxime. I'm not here to talk to you, Fedorov. And yet I am here. So you will address me with respect, or this conversation ends now. The 2 men stare at each other, and I can feel the violence simmering beneath the surface. These are predators sizing each other up, waiting for weakness. Dad. The word tastes strange on my tongue. Why? Why did you do this to me? To Mom? His attention snaps back to me and his face crumbles. Because I loved you too much to let you die. What? There was a hit out on our family. The Volkov Bratva, Fedorov's predecessors. They wanted to destroy the Caine organization. They started with the families, wives, children, anyone we loved. He takes a step closer, and immediately Igor moves forward. My father stops. 3 of my brother's families were wiped out in a single night. Women, children, even a 6-month-old baby. Slaughtered. Horror crawls up my spine. I knew we were next, my father continues. So I made a choice. I faked my death, made it look like the Volkov Bratva succeeded in killing me. It satisfied them. They left you and your mother alone because you were no longer useful as leverage against a dead man. You could have told us, I whisper. You could have explained. No, I couldn't. Because if the Volkovs suspected I was alive, they would have come for you to draw me out. The only way to keep you safe was to make sure everyone, including you, believed I was dead. His eyes are wet. Do you know what it's like to watch your daughter grieve you? To see her crying at your funeral and not be able to comfort her? It destroyed me, Aria. Every day for 16 years, it destroyed me. Tears stream down my face. Then why reveal yourself now? Why risk it? Because of him. My father's face hardens as he looks at Maxim. Because Fedorov took over the Volkov operations 5 years ago. He inherited their territories, their businesses, and their enemies, which includes me. And now my daughter is sleeping with the man who would kill me without hesitation. I did not know she was yours, Maxim says evenly. If I had, you would have used her against me. Don't lie. I would have protected her, as I do now. My father laughs bitterly. You think you're protecting her? You've made her a target. Every enemy you have now sees her as a weakness. A way to hurt you, you've painted a bullseye on her back. Better my enemies than yours, Maxim shoots back. I have the resources to keep her safe. You have been hiding in shadows for 16 years, too afraid to even attend your own wife's funeral. My head snaps up. What? My father's face goes pale. Aria, Mom died 2 years ago. I called your number, and some stranger answered. I thought it was a wrong number. Fresh tears spill over. You knew she died and you didn't come? I couldn't. I wanted to, God knows I wanted to, but you chose your war over your family. Again. The words are acid. You let me bury Mom alone because you were too busy playing gangster to say goodbye to your wife. That's not fair. Fair. I laugh, and it sounds broken. You want to talk about fair? You think any of this is fair? Maxim's arm slides around my waist, pulling me against him. It's protective and possessive, and exactly what I need. My father sees it. His face hardens. He's using you, Aria. Can't you see that? Whatever you think you have with him, it's not real. You're a pawn in a game you don't understand. She is not a pawn, Maxim says, and there's steel in his voice. She is mine, and I take care of what is mine. She's my daughter. She was your daughter. You gave up that right when you faked your death and abandoned her. Maxim's eyes are glacial. Now she is under my protection, and if you try to take her, I will destroy everything you have built. My father's hand moves toward his jacket. Instantly, 4 guns are trained on him. Don't, I say sharply. Dad, don't. His hand freezes. We stand there, frozen in a tableau of violence, and I realize this is my life now, caught between 2 dangerous men who both claim to want what's best for me. I have to make a choice, I say quietly. Don't I? Between you and him. No, my father says desperately. You don't have to choose, just come with me, leave him. I can protect you. The way you protected me when I was 12, when I needed my father and he was too dead to be there? I shake my head. No, Dad, I'm not that little girl anymore. I don't need you to save me. Aria, please, I'm sorry. And I am. I'm sorry for the little girl who lost her father. I'm sorry for the man who thought he was protecting his family. I'm sorry for all the years that can never be recovered. But I'm staying with Maxim. The devastation on my father's face nearly breaks me. You'll regret this, he says hoarsely, when he shows you who he really is. When the bodies start piling up and you realize you're in love with a monster, you'll regret choosing him over me. Maybe. I lean into Maxim's solid warmth. But at least he's a monster who's honest about what he is. My father stares at me for a long moment. Then he looks at Maxim. You keep her safe, Fedorov. You keep my daughter safe, or I will burn your entire organization to the ground. She will never be harmed while I draw breath, Maxim replies. On this you have my word. A complicated look crosses my father's face. Grief, rage, and something that might be respect. This isn't over, he says. Then he turns and walks away. I watch him disappear into the parking lot, and a part of my childhood goes with him. Maxim turns me in his arms. Are you all right? No. I'm shaking. But I will be. He kisses my forehead, and we stand there as the sun sets over the water, 2 people from different worlds who somehow found each other in the darkness. That night, I can't sleep. Maxim is in his office handling business, and I'm curled up in his bed, staring at the ceiling, replaying the conversation with my father over and over. You'll regret choosing him over me. Will I? My phone buzzes. A text from an unknown number. Unknown. You made the wrong choice, Arya. My heart stops. Me. Dad? Unknown. Not your father, but someone who's very interested in Michael Caine's daughter. Unknown. Especially Michael Caine's daughter who's sleeping with Maxim Fedorov. Fear ices my veins. Me. Who is this? Unknown. Let's just say I'm someone who benefits when powerful men go to war. Unknown. And you, sweetheart, are about to start a very profitable war. A photo loads. It's me and Maxim at the pier today, but it's been edited, photoshopped to look like we're arguing, like I'm pointing a gun at him. Unknown. I wonder what the Irish syndicate would pay for proof that Fedorov's girlfriend is actually a Caine double agent. Unknown. Or what the Bratva would pay for proof that you're feeding information to your father. Unknown. Either way, you're worth a lot of money to me, dead or alive. Me. What do you want? Unknown. I want to watch the Bratva and the Irish syndicate destroy each other, and you, Arya Caine, are going to help me do it. Unknown. See you soon. The texts stop. I'm frozen, staring at the phone, when Maxim's voice comes from the doorway. Arya, what is wrong? I look up at him, this dangerous, complicated man who's somehow become my whole world, and I realize with horrible clarity that my father was right about one thing. Being with Maxim has painted a target on my back, and someone is about to pull the trigger. We have a problem, I whisper. He crosses to me, and I show him the texts. His face goes absolutely cold. Dmitri, he says quietly. It has to be Dmitri Volkov. Who? The nephew of the man I killed to take control of the Bratva. He has been hiding, gathering power, waiting for his moment to strike. Maxim's eyes are murderous, and you are his perfect weapon. What do we do? He takes my phone, forwards the messages to someone, then pulls me into his arms. We do what we have always done, he murmurs against my hair. We survive. Together. But as I close my eyes and breathe him in, I can't shake the feeling that everything is about to fall apart, and this time, love might not be enough to save us.